Hello, Scorpio. So, this is your reading for the week of February 3rd. Now, this is not going to resonate for everybody. This first part, I think, will. The first part is, as I was getting ready to do this, the guides were showing me a beautiful garden and that you're leaving behind concrete, which feels to me like all of the things that are not nourishing you, all of the things that have been difficult, that have been rigid, that have held you in. And you're creating this beautiful sacred garden in your own heart, from your own heart. And it's a place where you get to nourish yourself. It's a place where you get to build your own sanctuary. That means whatever goes on around you in the world outside of you, you have this place to come to where you can resource yourself. For some of you, this is going to be an actual place that you create. For many of you, you're only going to be experiencing it to begin with in learning how to nourish yourself, to love yourself, to forgive anything that you have felt ashamed of, to let go of anything from the past that is not serving you in a way that allows you to feel good and powerful and free. Okay? But please remember, whatever you develop within your own frequency, you are going to also be able to create from and will naturally create from in the world around you. So those of you who are still just in a process of learning to love yourself and to accept and appreciate, my God, the beautiful person that you are going to see that manifest in the world around you. It will come out. It will show up in your relationships. It will show up in your ability to have intuitive ideas, intuitive ideas about so many different things, whether it's artistic, whether it's business, but it's going to allow you to move into that frequency of higher vibration where you get to really be able to be creative and create the kinds of roles that you want to be in, the kind of relationships you want to have, and the kind of world that you want to share. And I feel when I say share, it's share with the people you already know, but it's share with the world at large, because you have many things, and some of you have been extremely limited because of the context of your childhood, your upbringing, traumas, restrictions, moving into safety as a way to compensate for things that were very difficult. And some of you have moved into working super hard as a way to compensate for what was difficult in childhood. And some of you have leaned into relationships to keep you safe, to give you a sense of security. But it doesn't really matter what it is, Scorpio. Scorpio, you are creative. You not only have the capacity to work, to serve, to do all these different things, you also have a quality of spirituality that is very, very deep, that is very connected to the unconscious mind, to understanding things at a deeper level. And understanding things at a deeper level, please understand, means understanding things at a higher frequency. Whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's business, whether it's even a business plan, it doesn't matter. You're able to really take things from the ground level, the grounded practical level, and move it into a higher frequency. Okay? Now, moving it into a higher frequency will mean different things to different people. But the keynote here in all of this, my beautiful, beautiful Scorpios, let go of whatever shame you've got. Free yourself, forgive yourself for whatever you have imagined your role was. And if in liberating yourself now, you find discomfort in how it might play out, do your very best to remember that there is a force of energy that knows better than you. And that as you allow yourself to really stop judging what you think is right and wrong and listen more specifically to your heart, to your secret garden and to that higher energy, that higher presence. Look at what's holding you back. Look at what's holding you back. This "who says why not" card I think is brilliant, because it's like, well, I'm innocent. No, I'm not. Well, who says why not? Well, society. Well, what values are you going by? What do you consider virtuous? What do you consider all right? And if you find yourself judging yourself harshly, this is the thing to do. If you're a parent, think about it in terms of, would you judge your child that harshly? How would you love them through whatever kind of conflicts or concerns or choices you're having to make? If they were having to make them, how would you interact with them and how would you support them? And give yourself that same love and that same opportunity. And if you don't have a child, there may be children that you know of, or you may just think of in general a child that you see, or if it was a pet that you loved. There's almost always something for a Scorpio that is going to touch your heart in a tender, loving, compassionate way. So whenever you find yourself being harsh on yourself as you're moving out of what's been holding you back and into something that is more self-loving and self-accepting, question, if this were somebody else that I loved, maybe it's a sibling, if this were somebody else that I loved, how would I support them in this transition? This is about you really growing inside that nourishing place, that garden for yourself, where you will always be able to find a sense of love inside and a sense of acceptance inside. And that is going to manifest outwardly in whatever way your particular personality and your set of gifts and skills is going to show. And remember, please, as you grow this garden inside of yourself, you're going to find things growing you didn't even know. You're going to find gifts and abilities in yourself you didn't even know you had, because that's the nature of that energy. It's expansive. So when you let go of that concrete world, those concrete, rigid ideas about shame and blame and safety, you're going to find a whole new you, and it's wonderful. Okay, Scorpio? It's a beautiful garden. It's a beautiful, beautiful garden. Take care.